Everybody, it's Trish Carr from Women's Prosperity Network. I'm so excited to be with you today. We are here for another Be Real, Get Real with Women's Prosperity Network. And we do this broadcast every week with one of our amazing members. And it's really about getting to know each other. The thing about business is we don't do business with businesses, we do business with people. So let's meet the people and get to know each other, because the truth is, if I like you, I'm more likely to do business with you. If I know you, I'm more likely to do business with you. And if I understand who you are, what you're about, I'm more likely to do business with you. So it is my pleasure today to have my amazing guest with me, and I'll introduce you to her in just a moment. But first, I want to invite you to get comfortable. We're going to be here for about 15, 20 minutes. That's all. And this is going to be a great conversation that you're going to want to listen to and be a part of. So as we're going, please make comments in the post below. And also, you see that other button there that says share? If you look down, it says share. Go ahead and click that so you can save this and send it to your friends so that they too can learn about our amazing guest. And let me tell you about the woman that we're going to be speaking to today. She is a CFO in your pocket. I love that, because so many of us in business need somebody who can help us look at numbers, figure out what our cash flow is, make sure that the cash is doing what we want it to do and it's flowing in our business. She's also a business advisor, and she, just for where she is located, she's in the fabulous Westchester County in New York, in a beautiful, beautiful place. She's so lucky she lives someplace beautiful. You know, she's from corporate America and held the title of controller and CFO in her former life. However, she has been in her own business in SDR consulting since 1999. So this is a woman who's worked with many people, who knows what she's doing, and who can talk turkey when it comes to talking numbers. Please help me welcome Susan D. Roberta. Susan, I'm so happy you're here.
Hey, thank you. Me too. It's fun, always fun being with you, Trish, and
Yeah, you too.
the community and whoever else is watching and listening. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it is great. And we know each other for a long time, and I feel like I know a lot about you, yet I know there are some things I don't, because, when we were talking about this,
Mm-hmm.
you were talking about finding your truth and the hero's journey, and how things happen in life for all of us that changes the landscape.
Yeah.
And, it's unimaginable before it happens. And for you, you say that was divorce. And I can so relate.
Yeah.
Any of you out there who have ever been divorced, are thinking of divorce, it changes things, regardless of whether you're the one who creates the breakup or whether you're on the other side of it.
Sure.
It's surprising to your life. So tell us about your situation. It really upended your life in a big way.
Oh, yeah. I had a great expectation of being married, being happy, just living life with a man I love and who loves me. And I was raised that way. It's like go to college, Susan, get a degree, and get married and have children. I
Mm-hmm.
my parents wanted grandchildren. It's like, oh, okay, that's my new job. I don't know. I got lost in that equation, but I did want to get married and have a partner in life for life. Make a commitment for life. So I got married when I was 36, and
Oh, that was older. You were older when you got
yeah, I
married.
was older and wiser, and I thought, well, I'm just going to know, and I'm also going to make a very good judgment, good decision, good choice. I'm not going to rush into things like so many of my friends at age 23 and then get divorced at age 28 with 2 kids. It's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Married. I waited. I thought, oh, okay. So, I got this. This is all going to turn out because I know,
Yes.
myself. And guess what? After 16 years of marriage, I
Mm.
looked in the mirror and I did not recognize that woman looking back at me.
Mm.
Oh, it even still grabs me now. Oh, So, it was just such a sense of loss of self in, forgetting boundaries and forgetting what was important to me and sacrificing everything for another person just to have it work, just to have it turn out. And
Yeah.
that is, too high a price to pay for anything, to lose your self identity, your self worth, your self respect, ultimately, and your power. And this happens to a lot of women, but especially to me. I am a caretaker. I'm a giver, and so that was just my natural mode of operation here. I give you what you need. But then again, my tank was emptied because he took it all, and I didn't get what I needed. And
Well, that's the other side of it. That's the other
right.
side of it.
Yes,
I was,
exactly.
um,
Yeah.
I was 48 when I got divorced, so we
Mm,
weren't far apart in age.
no.
And,
Mm,
while I mean, we had money,
mhm,
but, the equitable distribution of it and making sure, I mean, it was not
mm.
fun going through it.
Oh, no.
And, the whole losing yourself,
Yeah.
for me, there were things I wanted to do that he just didn't want to take risks
Mhm.
at. So
Mm.
I'm talking about simple things like buying a new house or investing in a
Uh-huh.
rental property so that we could grow our wealth. Like,
Go.
he was not interested in doing
Yeah.
anything that would put at risk
Yeah.
any of our money. And I'm a big risk taker.
Yeah, me
And I felt
too.
like I was losing myself in what I wanted to do.
Mhm, mhm. Absolutely. This was exactly the same thing, Trish, because we bought a home. He was an architect, and I figured, oh, good, you'll fix up the house. No, wrong. He fixed up everybody else's house, but not mine, not ours.
Mm.
And he wasn't really a risk taker, as it turned out. I was willing to go for it and work for it, and he just wasn't. And these were, as you said, simple things. It's like, buying a condo in addition to the house, having a second home, or fixing up the house. There was just no plan. It was just to hold on to everything really, really tight, and there was no joy in living life. Why are we acquiring these things if we are not to enjoy them? But there were other things, that were just not working as well. So there was the thing about children. There was the thing about where to live and how to live, and as it came down to the bottom line, it's really we wanted different things in life. We loved each other, but love is not enough to make a
Mm-mm,
marriage work. You need the
mm-mm.
same values, things in common, and
Yeah.
you also have to have workability and are willing to compromise. And that big two C words, were missing in the other side of my equation in my marriage. So I had to give up. I had to give it up and move on. And what's interesting is that. We chose to get a divorce mediator who was also an attorney and go through that process. It is the kindest cut, the quickest, the
Mhm.
most efficient, least expensive, if you can talk to each other and have a conversation and remedy what needs to be resolved between the two of you. So we did this. I basically facilitated it, being the money person, and did all the Excel spreadsheets and all I did everything. He just showed up, sat in the seat, and signed the papers. Meanwhile, I had all the files and all the, schedules and this and that. And I did, and the attorney, the mediator, recognized that I know my stuff. And so, and so
Yes, that's right. So he wasn't gonna get anything over on you.
no, I know my stuff, but also, she knew that going forward she could refer me. And it's funny, I became a divorce coach as a result of that, and I became a certified divorce mediator in addition to being a CFO and having my own business, SDR Consulting, which is all about. It stands for Success Driven Results, but I became a divorce coach because I wanted to help women get through this because it's gut wrenching. And women make financial decisions from an emotional place. and they want to get out of the game as quickly as possible because they can't stand to have their hand in the fire. You
Right.
know, it's painful. Even if you
Yeah.
want the divorce, even if you wanted it, chose it, called it, when it's finally, that begins to change, the whole landscape of everything begins to shift. As a woman, you feel impacted here and it changes for you emotionally. You just want it done over and out, and I'm out of here and goodbye and get out of my life. So we tend to not make the best choices for ourselves financially.
Hmm.
So I became the advocate for a woman going through a divorce and her advisor, and holding her up with toothpicks so that she could have a conversation and stand for herself. And having done this for myself, I so wanted to give back to other women who were struggling with this, in addition to having my business advisory and CFO and all of that. There was a part of me that I saw that the on the horizon what would be for some women going through a divorce, and this way they could make a better decision for themselves by having me in their corner. You don't want to go through divorce alone. No, no. So this changed my life
Do you
because
still do that?
what? Yes, people, it's really funny. I live in Westchester, New York, and I was called the divorce coach. I was known as that in Westchester. So if you reach out to me and if you need that, want that, or want to, have a chat with me, please, you can contact me through my website. My calendar link is there. So I welcome that. I won't say no to that.
Yeah, no, I think it's wonderful that you do that, and that's a
Mhm.
really
Mhm.
an important thing you're saying,
Mhm.
and you're absolutely right. As we get emotional, we don't want to deal with the conflict. We
Right.
just want it to be over. We
Mhm.
give in,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? When we're not really thinking about
Mhm.
our long-term
Right.
financial health.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And and this is true and difficult to admit, even though I'm a sharp cookie with numbers, with other people's numbers. At
Mm.
the time of my divorce, I capitulated because I'm a woman too. I am not immune to this. I went through my own emotional roller coaster ride and I lost a lot. I could have made a better deal for myself. And and in trying to get myself back with my business, feeling so emotionally impacted, my business tanked. And then
Mm.
since I was the sole, I'm taking care of me now. It's one salary, not two. And so
Yes.
I went into debt. I think it was $75,000 in debt on credit cards to keep it going, and we kept it going, and we got out of that, but this can be avoided. But it was from the lessons that I've learned there that I was able to play it forward and help other women. And also I got through the experience of going through divorce, and then my Maine
I
Coon,
see you. Yeah, I see your kitty.
he's always visiting me when I'm on camera. It's really funny.
It's
But,
great.
but, the impact of divorce, is very powerful on a woman's life. It is your financial crosswords, and it is so important to make the best decisions for you and not to do it alone. Talk to different people, and you may speak with me, and this way you make the best decision for yourself. In the end, after going through this, like eye of the needle,
Yeah.
I went through my eye of the needle, and a major transformation where I saw that, well, it's up to me to make this work and not to have a pity party and all of this. I'm a business person. I have been a CFO. I've been in that C suite. I know how to run a business and help the CEO run their life. Now I'm the CEO, and I can take care of me. And this was a huge, huge lesson in getting real with my circumstances and dealing with it and making the best decisions for myself, so I come out on the other end intact with a plan. And of course, that was, let me see, I got divorced in 2003. We separated. The
Mm.
divorce was final in 2013. It took,
Oh, wow.
yeah, right. So
Wow.
it's not that we were fighting or anything. It just kind of got put on the back shelf, because
Mhm.
I wasn't ready to file. So, you know,
Mm.
and every now and then my ex would call me and he goes, "Are we getting divorced? What's happening here?" And I said, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, okay, okay." But it finally went through 2013. We are friends. We are more than civil. We're friends. We have social circles that intersect, and when we see each other, we end up talking. Because it's a friendship now, and we're not, you don't have that entangled, and all those hot buttons, the long disconnected. So I can wish him well.
Right.
And, but it's really becoming whole again and being able to move on. And now, I'm in a relationship with a man who, let me see, since 2009, we're together. So it's like 13 years we're together. Obviously
Yeah.
I like to have, I like to have a steady, solid, thing going on. I'm not into dating.
Relationship.
I'm not into,
Yeah.
but I want to be in a relationship and have a partner in life, someone who is there for me, and I most certainly am there for them. And I feel that this is, it's important to know what you want and what you need, and to pursue that. Have it happen for yourself. Just don't sit. If you want a relationship and you're sitting in your living room, well, you're not going to meet anybody in your living room. So
Exactly.
get out there, and
Get out there.
go out
And
there.
even now you can get
Yeah,
out there virtually. There's lots
right.
of ways to meet people virtually.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. And,
Yeah.
so try it out. You have to experiment. I did. And there's no blood, nobody dies, so you don't like him, he doesn't like you, whatever. And you know what?
Exactly.
It's the four-letter word. Next. That's what.
Exactly.
Next,
Next. Well,
next,
and as you're
swipe
talking
right.
about
Uh,
women in particular, especially,
mhm.
with divorce, we keep hoping it's going to get better. We give a second chance, a third chance, whatever. Um,
Yes. Mhm,
and I find, both of us work with business owners, and I
mhm,
work primarily with women. I know you work with both.
mhm,
And as I'm hearing you speak about this, and
mhm,
I think the same thing happens in your business.
mhm,
"Oh, I'm having trouble making the bills. The revenue's not
mhm.
coming in the way I
Yeah.
wanted. Let me just hope it gets better," instead of really doing some crunching numbers, looking at what I can do. What can I spend less? What can I
Yeah,
invest in that'll bring
yeah,
me more? It's
yeah.
all the same thing.
Yeah, you need outside eyes on your business. I mean, if you are a startup, if you don't get past your first year, forget it. And by the fifth year in business, 50% of businesses are out of business. So you can start it yourself, but I would strongly advise partnering with someone who's been there, done that. And I've done it with up to 200 employees and more, from the inside out, with operations, policies, procedures, all this business stuff. But at
Mhm.
the end of the day, this is empowering because you know what's going on. I partner with you and show you not just what you know how to deliver your service or make your doodaddy thing that you're going to sell. You know that. You got that down. But the business of your business needs to be attended to. Otherwise, you're not going to have a business. You're not going to have
Mhm.
consistent revenue. Keyword consistent.
Consistent.
And know what to do, at what time to do it, when and how, and to do it efficiently, easily, not like in the state of stress, panic, and oh my God, and overwhelm,
Yeah.
because everything is on your plate. Everything is on you.
Everything is on you. And the idea, the key is to have cash flow in your business so that you
Mhm.
can run your business and live your life. And I
Yes.
know one of the things you give away at your website
Mhm.
is the hacks to improve. Can you tell us about
Oh, sure.
that a little bit?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. On my website, I put together, five cash flow tips to improve your cash flow. Because even though you may be making a profit in your business, if you look at your financial statements, if you have financial statements, or are you just winging it in your head? I hope not. Or are you doing it on an Excel spreadsheet? I hope not. So you look at your financial statements and you're in the black. Yay! But when you look at your bank account and what's coming in and what's going out, there's very little in there. There's very little in there to move, to operate, to hire people, or to buy, or just to pay your bills. It's cash flow. It's all about cash flow. So I wrote those tips, thinking about the experience of business owners who rush out as soon as they're in business. They overspend. They buy all the equipment. They rent a big office, or all that, and that's not necessarily the way to go for you. And I also tailor it individually to, let's say, a person wants to work with me, then I advise them as to, okay, this is what you should be doing, and this is what you should not be doing to improve your cash flow. I show you how to project your cash flow for 12 months out. And so that it's not like a last minute looking at your bank and going, oh my God, next month I'll have nothing. No, I show you how to project that out and know what's coming so that you can get in front of it, make a plan. The most important thing is to have a partner in your business who shows you how to plan and to make it easy and to manage your time.
Hmm.
So
And
that
that's not, when you say the word partner, people think, oh, I need to have a partner who owns my business with me. We're
no,
not talking about that,
no.
right? When you're talking about partner, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about your go-to person for questions. I'm thinking about this, or what should I do with that? Or, when people hire me, I get texts from my clients all the time because I am accessible. All during business hours, you text me with what's in your head, what's on your mind, because you're going to carry this around with you until you have it resolved. I
Yeah,
help you resolve it. I show you how to think about this, how to hold it. And I'm not going to be I'm not your mommy. I am going to show you how to deal with problems as they arise, because they always will. If you're in
always.
business, it's eternal. And it's all about the attitude of knowing that, and I of course learned this myself. I wasn't born this way. I've had my whole life, a life's worth of experience that I will share with you. And so when clients work with me, they develop that muscle of knowing, okay, I can solve this. I always solve it. I always will. I can solve this. It's the positive mindset, that knowing you've done this before and you will do it again every day when you wake up. There's something on your plate in your business, and it depends on how you hold it, how you think about it, how it drains your energy if you think about it like with dread. Oh, I got to talk to that person, rather than talk to that person and get it done and passed. And
Right.
I always have on my refrigerator, I have a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt: do one hard thing every day. Challenge yourself, but do it, because you build that muscle of knowing that you can do this rather than, shirk from it and shrink away, as a business owner and even in your own life in dealing with, wanting a line of credit in your business, or in your personal life, if you want to meet someone or you want to have a divorce or whatever it is, you have to have a conversation with your sister-in-law who's whatever, it could be anything. But the point is to go for it, because there's no blood and nobody dies. You show
Nice.
you show yeah, you show up and you be your very, very best. And that was a very funny line. There's no blood, nobody dies. That was said to me by the I was a CFO in a company in Westchester, a furniture design firm, and it was father son ownership. And I was a CFO, and I was stressed out about not meeting payroll. And I would go to the clients' offices and go pick up the checks, and I would make it happen. And and I was on the phone constantly with these clients, pay, 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 and the father comes in and he looks at me and he says, "Susan, there's no blood, nobody dies, it's all good. It's all going to happen." He says it to me with this really heavy, thick Jewish accent that had me he knocked me on the floor. I was laughing so hard. We were laughing, both of us. But I really got it that, this is going to happen. It always happens. I always make it happen. It's like, chill
I
out.
can't look at you. I'm taping.
So it's really
It's too funny.
get the power of who you are. You got this. You got this, and
Yeah.
it takes living life.
Especially when you have a
Mhm.
Exactly, especially when you have a trusted advisor. So you mentioned, talk to your sister-in-law, talk to this person, but the reality is, yes, talk to those people, but
Yeah.
then talk to somebody who's been
Mhm.
there, done that, who can support you in getting where you wanna
Yes.
go.
Yes, as far as
That's the key.
business, yes, I am your business partner and your business advisor, your CFO in your pocket. Um,
Absolutely, and we
yes.
wanna make sure that all of
Mhm.
you have a
Mhm.
CFO in your pocket. So I
Mhm.
really want to invite you to get your 5 hacks to improve your cash flow at
Mhm.
susandrobertis.com. This
Mhm.
woman's been through it. She knows, she's a numbers person. I'm
Mhm.
not a numbers person, so I
Mhm.
need somebody like Susan looking over my shoulder.
Mhm. Mhm.
Who's looking over yours? That's the question. I urge you
Yeah.
to reach out to Susan. You can reach her at her website.
Mhm.
Susan, thank you so much for
Mhm.
being here and for sharing your story. There are so many of us who got divorced and now we're on our own.
Mhm.
And for a lot of us, the husband handled the financials, right? I
Right.
know mine was handling the financials.
Mhm.
And we have a whole different way to think now
Mhm.
that we've
Right.
never had to do before. So I
Yeah.
urge all of you to reach out to Susan. If you are someone who is in business and wants to improve your cash flow, be in touch with Susan D. Robertis. Susan, thanks again
Yeah.
for being here today.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. And thank you
Yeah.
all for being with us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again next week with
Yeah.
another episode of Be Real, Get Real.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Susan.